Hello adventurers, welcome back to the channel. I'm Sawyer.
I'm Danny.
Together we are
McPeek Adventures.
Danny, what is our adventure today?
Today is the start of blackberry season, and the Owasso Tree Berry Farm has let the public know that berry picking is ready to go. So we are gonna go blackberry picking today.
And blackberries are one of my favorites, so I cannot wait. Let's go adventuring.
We got our bucket and we asked approximately how many pounds fits in this bucket, and it's 5 pounds. So let's see if we can fill this up.
It is not just blackberries that also have blueberries available. Last week we were out here and we picked blueberries, but today's adventure is strictly blackberries.
They also have Christmas trees during Christmas tree season.
That is true, and it's not Christmas tree season, so we're not gonna get a Christmas tree in June.
No. As far as pricing goes, this year it's 2025. Their pricing is $5.50 per pound for you pick. And then if you want to get berries that are already picked, it's $6.50 per pound.
One of the things that we really like about the Owasso Tree Berry Farm is that it is always really neatly manicured. So even though we've been getting tons and tons of rain, they have everything nice and trimmed. It's a little muddy today, but you can't really do anything to stop the mud. But it is always very well taken care of out here. You don't have to worry about, climbing through tons of really high grass or weeds or anything like that. And the berries are just super easy to get to. I mean, so simple. But yeah, they definitely take care of their property. They have, I believe it's 40 or 41 acres right here in Owasso, which is also really neat because it's kind of like the city has built up all around it. There's a school back here in the background. Just right down the street, there is a grocery store. And so you're in the country kind of picking these berries, but you're also in the city at the same time, which is really interesting. Did you find some?
I did. And I have figured out an easier way to pick them. Instead of like grabbing it and just trying to tug, I've been like kind of just wiggling it off. And I feel like that's an easier method of picking them. So like I'm grabbing it and I'm just tilting it. And it comes off really easy. I feel like when I was trying to pull it off before, it would come off, but I'd squeeze it a little bit so it would get a little juicy. So when I was younger, my grandparents had a blackberry bush that would, I don't know if it was just wild, I know they didn't plant it, but it would grow and it would just become this massive thing. And every summer when I'd go visit, we would just go pick blackberries. This particular blackberry bush did have thorns on it, but I remember that being a fun thing in my childhood that I always looked forward to doing. So I think that's maybe where my love of picking fruit came from. Anyway, that's just made me think of that because it's specific to blackberries.
One thing to point out from what you just said though is I don't see thorns on any of these plants.
No, I don't either. But the ones at my grandparents' house definitely had thorns and you had to watch out for them.
Blackberries everywhere. And these are whoppers too, pretty big. What's the first thing you're gonna make with the blackberries?
I'm gonna eat them.
That's a good recipe.
It's the easiest recipe, but I'd say smoothies are probably the top contender, and just eating them is the second contender, and then freezing some for the purpose of smoothies.
This one caught my eye. Look at that. Oh man, and it's got a brother. A little red, we'll ignore that, but oh man, look at that. 3 of them takes up a good portion of my hand.
All right, Sawyer, tell us what you plan to do with these blackberries.
What I plan to do with the blackberries is similar to what you're gonna do. I will probably just eat them straight up because, a blackberry is good enough on its own. You don't have to do anything to it. But there is one recipe that I think of where something is done to the blackberries to greatly enhance and make them even better.
Okay.
Which is hard to do.
What is that?
But My grandma, my Mama Betty, had a blackberry cobbler recipe that every year, or not every year, but every trip that we would go to Indiana and visit, she would always make me a blackberry cobbler, because her blackberry cobbler was my favorite, all-time favorite dessert ever. And we have the recipe, but I just don't know if we can ever replicate what she was able to do with it, so we've never tried to make it.
Well, we can try.
But it had these little perfect little dumplings in it, and like the top layer, oh, every bite was just so good.
And then did she serve it with ice cream or just plain like that?
So she would almost always have ice cream that you could eat with it, but it didn't have to have the ice cream. But it's my all-time favorite blackberry recipe. Like my Mama Betty's blackberry cobbler was the greatest cobbler I've ever had in my life.
Aw, that's such a nice story. Do any of y'all who are watching have a blackberry related story like that? Because those are really awesome and I love to hear them. So go ahead and drop that in the comments, or you can send it to us on social media if you have a really cool story, because we're definitely interested. We're not just saying that. Like, we really love personable stories. So it looks like we need to go look for that blackberry cobbler recipe when we get home.
I was gonna say, or even if you just have a Mama Betty, let us know that too, because that'd be kind of cool to
That
hear.
would be kind of cool.
So I believe what this farm is most known for is actually going to be its Christmas trees. And as you can see, they have small ones over on this side, and the other side of the property has trees that are way taller than I am, but they basically have a Christmas tree for any size you could want at your house.
We are going to walk out to the blueberry patch. We're not picking blueberries today because we did that a couple weekends ago, but since it's a little bit further out on their property, they do allow you to ride in a golf cart. You can walk as well, but they have a golf cart that will take you out to the picking area, and then they'll pick you up and take you back. But you can also walk. It's not something you have to do, but it is convenient. So we do want to offer that bit, whoa, holy smoke, of information. Walking backwards and me, I don't always mesh well, but we're gonna show you what the blueberry patch looks like. So let's go.
This is the second time I've been over here where the blueberries are. Danny actually had to work last year, so I came and did blueberries without her. But this area that you are about to see is so legit. They have the whole area netted off to try to keep, you know, birds, bugs, things like that out of the blueberry area. And I had never seen this before, but it's definitely a really cool feature. They have signs out telling you which rows are good to pick for the day. And just like the blackberries, all of this is well manicured around here. So you don't have to worry about fighting any kind of wildlife or crazy bushes or anything like that. Get a little polish with your hand and there's some blueberries.
All right, y'all, this is how many we're going to take home with us. I would say that might be 5 pounds. We always like to guess, you know.
No way, it's gonna be about...
Well, she did say the bucket, if you fill it, is 5 pounds, so maybe it's like 4.6.
I'm gonna say 4.06.
But there we have it. We're gonna go weigh it up and see what they are. So let's go over and weigh them up. We like to guess how heavy they are. We're gonna guess 4.5. Actually, I said 4.6, but I want to change my answer.
I said 4.07. We might both be way over.
I don't know. I'm not good at guessing weight. Oh,
Oh, not even close.
3.19.
Not even close. Adventurers, this concludes our time here at the Owasso Tree and Berry Farm with 3.19 pounds of blackberries.
We were way off in our guess, but that's okay. If you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more of our adventures, please subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can see a new video every single Friday, and head over to our social media platforms and follow us there as well.
We'll see you on our next adventure.